Hi there, guys. We did just learn that those officers now being interviewed, and that should wrap up in just a few weeks. We also learned because of our city's surveillance ordinance, getting through all of the video from that day, it could take months.
So right now, we have 6 officers that are being investigated.
We know they were all here in D.C. the day of the deadly siege on the U.S. Capitol. What we don't know is what were they doing there. In a new interview with Chief Diaz, his position hasn't changed since news first broke in January that some of his officers were there that day.
I cannot have any officer involved in any level of extremism in this department, and I just won't tolerate it.
What he doesn't know yet, did they break any laws? Namely, did they cross police barricades, participate in property damage, enter the U.S. Capitol?
We have no indication right now that any of them violated the law, but certainly we are approaching the case seriously to evaluate that.
OPA, or the Office of Police Accountability, is investigating. Andrew Meyerberg is OPA's director.
That we're interviewing the officers, the 6, to say, again, tell us what you did. And then I think the second part of that investigation is to do our due diligence by looking at video and other evidence to say, okay, can we either confirm or deny that that's the case?
We learned new today, in addition to video shot by people there, OPA hopes to access the video from the U.S. Capitol building, but doesn't know yet if that'll happen. And pouring through all of that video won't be easy, but Meyerberg insists it must be done.
We're not allowed to use facial recognition. It's not permitted under the surveillance ordinance. So that would certainly be, really what I'm talking about is going to be a manual.
Of the 6 officers, only 4 self-reported. The other 2 did not. And for that, those officers are now on paid leave. The others are on duty while under investigation.
If that officer is in part of that level of insurrection, that they would be terminated.
Look on this weather-worn night, some wacky weather that we are now experiencing. Rain in parts of western Washington, hail in other parts of western Washington. Preston?
And it is a weather-worn night. We are talking about a lot of snow in some spots and rain in others. Twin convergence zones dropping lowland snow in the north, south, and in East King County. This is new video from our KOMO viewers tonight. And you can see big flakes in Maple Valley on the left and Camano Island on the right. We're working on getting in that video, and it is cold enough, trust me, that the snow could stick in some places tonight, leading to slippery roads in the morning. KOMO's Tammy Mutasa starting our live team coverage of Maple Valley tonight. And Tammy, the snow catching some drivers by surprise.
Yeah, that's right, Preston. It looks like winter is not yet done with us. I mean, check out how much snow fell. People are surprised by what they see. Look at this man's car right here. And then right here on the ground, you can see it is just a pool of slush all over this parking lot and a lot of slush also in this area. Now, I want you to take a look at this video right here. This is what it looked like just a few hours ago in Maple Valley. You can see thick pellets of snow falling down on roads, parking lots, and people out and about. And this area saw it all tonight. Hail, snow, and a wintry mix that has covered a lot of the neighborhoods. First responders are warning drivers to still slow down as they're traveling out there. Now, we did see some people doing spinouts in the snow and in one of those parking lots as well. Now, we caught up with a young man who says 1 minute he saw hail, and then the next thing, he came out of his girlfriend's house and there was snow on the ground.
Yeah, it kind of caught me off guard. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I have a 4-wheel drive truck that I would have been driving if I knew this was going to happen, so I'm stuck with this for now. Hopefully I make it home safe.
This footage shows how the man moves quickly to select the parked car to the right of the screen, then slip underneath to slice the brake line. Jackie Tran says hours later, she pulled out of the driveway and realized she couldn't stop.
I tried to brake, and then it's just loose. And I do the brakes several times, and that's still loose.
Tran eventually pulled the parking brake, but says the shock left her in a panic.
Yeah, I tried to back up, but the car I'm so scared, so that's why I couldn't do anything.
Another camera captured the man passing by several cars before selecting another to damage. Peter Tran says it seems like specific people are being targeted.
He went to that house right there. Also, that's a Vietnamese house. So my question is, how come he skipped all of these houses and targeted that house as an Asian American?
Des Moines police say they have already received 18 reports of slashed brake lines, but more than just Asian Americans are being affected. Detectives say the motive behind this crime spree is unclear, and it's fortunate that so far no one's been hurt.
This is so dangerous. It can kill somebody.
Well, for the second time, a business on this block in Pioneer Square says they're picking up and leaving. They say that they've had enough of the crime and they're worried about everyone's safety.
On the streets of downtown Seattle in the Pioneer Square neighborhood, you don't have to go far to find people camping in tents.
It's astonishing what's happened to this city in such a short time.
Since the pandemic started, business owners say things have really gone downhill.
The crime, the boarded up windows, the homeless tents, the feces, the threats.
Last September, Brian Nordwall decided he was going to move his business, Seattle e-bike, out of downtown Seattle. He was fed up with the crime.
It was an average of 3 to 5 attempted break-ins a week. One by one, they broke every single window that we had.
And now another business, Cindio Solutions, is planning to relocate. Surging crime is the reason why the Seattle pay equity software startup is planning to leave the area. Cindio's CEO said it's getting really tough to figure out where to be from a safety perspective.
This is just really getting out of control.
Right next door at Beyond Threads, the owner also says she feels torn.
We've been really contemplating, what do we do next? Do we stay here?
More than 160 businesses have closed permanently in the downtown Seattle area during the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of those businesses, like Columbia, say the increase in crime is to blame.
The luster of Seattle is just going down the drain. I mean, people don't want to come to downtown. And I don't know what other cities are doing, but we need to figure out what other people are doing.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.